And we're live!
Hi.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Unready Room, or if you notice the changed thumbnail, thanks to Barry last week, we're now calling Positively Unready. Why
I love
not,
it.
right?
Yeah.
We're a mashup now between Unready Room and Positively Trek, so Positively Unready is just absolutely perfect. So I'm Dan Gunther. With me, of course, is the amazing, the incomparable Brandi Jackola. Brandi, how's it going?
You know, it's going well. I'm excited to talk about this episode today, and I'm not a prankster, so please do not beam me into any place with only a towel. Okay?
Yes, no kidding. Unfortunately, Barry is feeling under the weather today and could not
Oh,
make it, which is too bad.
feel
For
better,
sure.
Barry.
Yeah, hopefully he can join us again next week. But we are just the two of us this week, talking about this week's episode of Starfleet Academy, episode 3, Vitus Reflux, which is the name of an interesting, not a plant, a fungus, apparently, that
Mhm.
yeah, we will discuss. So many Star Trek shows nowadays just center around fungus. It's a thing. It's a
It's a
thing.
thing. Yeah. Mushrooms, well, spores, really, and these cute little guys that kind of look like Little Shop of Horrors guys, but no, not the same thing.
No, not a little bit different, but still a lot of fun for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's jump right into this episode. First of all, we start out with a bit of a focus on Darren Ramey and his morning routine and how he has to be the last to bed and then the first out of bed. Which, if you'll note my name, I'm quite the opposite of that. So I chose my name to reflect that. I'm first to bed and then last out of bed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is fair. Those push-ups he was doing, holy God,
Mm-hmm.
the muscles on his back. Do you know how hard it is to do that? It is really hard to do, like,
I can imagine.
those. Swinging to one side and that's hard. That's really hard. This dude is fit.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and I mean, it's amazing to think of how fit he is, and then, like, how much more fit Sandra Rosta is compared to him. Holy crap. Uh, wow. Yeah.
Insanity.
Some dedication and focus from those young men that I have never had in my life. So good on them.
Same.
Well done.
Same. Same. Yeah.
So I love this little bit of a morning routine. He's obviously got some parental issues, which we'll explore later on. He's recording a message to his parents saying that he's putting in the effort that they had agreed upon when he went to the academy, and just already some warning bells going off with that language there.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, his roommates are snoring away. Um, but he goes out in the hallway and finds out he's a good hour, sometimes hour and a half behind Genesis, who, depending on the day, gets up at was at 4 or 3:30 in the morning to start her
Mhm.
routines. Good Lord. I it was fairly late in life that I even realized there was a 3:30 in the morning. Like,
I know, right?
yeah, like there's 3:30 in the afternoon. We're all aware of
Mhm.
that. About nice time for a nap on the weekends usually. And then
Yeah.
there's 3:30 when you stay out really, really late with your friends sometimes.
That has never happened. I didn't have friends that stayed out late.
I saw it a couple times in my youth, but
Yeah, not
3:30 in the
me.
morning that's a new phenomenon to me. I have no idea what that is.
Mm-mm. No.
No. But yeah, so I'm just looking through my notes and this must be where they go to the gym, because my note just says, "Good Lord, Sandro Rosta is in shape."
I know. Oh, yeah. Um, yeah. it's hard to not look at his biceps like every time he doesn't have anything in like when he's sleeveless. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I probably couldn't wrap my hands around that.
Yeah. Well, and like the rope climbing bit, right? Where he's racing the one from the War College. Like
Mm,
his lower body is not moving at all. He is just hand over hand and so fast up that rope. That was
right.
incredible.
Absolutely insane. Loved that. Just loved
Yeah.
what I love watching him. Period. Just do
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair.
Yeah.
On the other hand, loves watching a certain other student of the War College. Tarima, of course, is on the War College side, and they're making eyes at each other. And I love Thok here. Next station, Romeo. She gets so many great lines in this episode.
And
Oh man.
she's full of them just throughout everything, really, I'm sure. It's just, I love her. How can I not?
Mhm. Hey, I see Bruce in the comments. Bruce,
Dude!
I sent you the link. Why aren't you joining us?
Dude! Come on, man. Where are you? Get up in
Yeah.
here.
Um, but yeah, so this interesting shared gym space that's going on here. This is where we get the first indication of the rivalry, I guess, between the academy and the War College, with the ridiculous kind of I I love Sam as kind of an outside observer. She's like, "Oh, we don't like each other." Okay. Like she's caught up.
Mhm.
They have to go through the ritualistic taunts and the teasing and the throwing balls at people's heads and stuff. It feels, as all of this always does, very performative because it is. And that's, that's they're fulfilling their roles as expected almost at this point.
True, very true. And honestly, I don't get rivalries like this. There is no reason for them. It's just a manufactured thing that one side decides on and then the other side has to meet, and it's
Yep.
just I don't get it. I don't get it. You're all there for the same reason. Knock it off. Grow up.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Okay. All right, Bruce. That's fair enough. We'll let you go this
Yeah.
time. But thanks
I
for
miss
stopping
you.
in. It's good to see you. We miss you very much.
I miss you.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, I was interested in this Vulcan as well, who may be a Romulan, but I think they're trying to code him as Vulcan. And yeah, like the whole idea of Navarre and the evolution of how Vulcans have been in this era. I this worked for me. I was okay with him. We already know Vulcans can be jerks. He's just more upfront about it.
Yeah. Well, I think we got a taste of that in Discovery as
Mhm.
far as how different uh Vulcans can be, because Tarina is not your typical Vulcan either, and
Mhm.
she's basically the leader, but she does show emotion. I mean, she freaking marries Saru, so
Yep.
it's just there's definitely not everything has to stay the same throughout all time. And I appreciate that after approximately 1,000 years, that there is some evolution there.
Mhm.
And I like the Vulcans. I love the Vulcans, and I know how they can be jerks. And so I just kind of found this guy a little bit funny. So just like, wait, you're talking about fun? I am going to keep my eye on you.
Mhm. And it almost felt like, even if you put him more in a traditional Vulcan role as we've known them over the years, it feels like the kind of thing that a Vulcan would be like staying up at night reading about rivalries and like figuring out the script and what role he's supposed to play and say like, I will attempt to integrate with my classmates by fulfilling this role. I can see that. I can see that.
Love it. Love it.
Uh, and of course, we get another great Thok line: "No blood will be shed on my court without my express permission." I like that.
Yeah, because, if she gives permission, you can spill all the blood you want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But that would be counterproductive because you're teaching kids. So
Yeah.
let's try not to kill them.
Let's try and keep the blood inside the bodies where it's the most useful.
It is the most useful there, yes.
Mm-hmm. We get the little after scene where they're in the locker room discussing the events, and it's at this moment I was like, oh, okay, we learn a little bit more about Darum Raimi. So apparently I'm assuming he's bi, because his
Mhm.
parents had a good match with him with this other guy, but he ruined it by sleeping with both of his sisters and then their cousin. So to which Caleb is annoyed. Can we go one day without hearing about your underwater polycule hookups? It's another great line. There's so many great lines in this episode.
So many. So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is where the prank happens, and they're beamed to various places all over. Caleb, who's only wearing a towel, beamed into Jet Reno's class. Yeah. And everyone else in various places. One at the top of the stairs and fell all the way down. Like, that was just very cruel.
Not okay. Not
No.
okay.
Yeah. But interesting thought, using transporters for pranks. Like, I hadn't really thought of that before. And I was like, oh, like, if you were really cruel, there are a lot of fun things you could do with transporters for pranks.
Mm. And that's why the kids don't actually have access to transporters, but their commandant sure does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And apparently we find out later they hid a transporter module in the locker room or something, or in the lavatory, because of this complicated plan of of Captain Ake's to she's got her fingers in everything, trying to figure everything out, and she assigned I think it was Darum to lavatory duty so that he would find it.
Smart.
Brilliant. I have a lot to say about Captain Ake in this episode, by the way, and it's all wonderful.
Yes.
So if you can't tell, I personally feel like this episode was a step up from the previous episode. I really enjoyed this one. So just know going forward, that's the position I'm coming from.
Same. Absolutely same.
Okay. So can I talk about one of my favorite images from this episode, in an episode full of great images, but after all is said and done, that dramatic push on Darum as he's staring up and says, "This is war," as there's like Fruit Loops stuck to his shoulder.
It's like, what?
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. I love that.
I'm like, wait, what is that on his arm? On his shoulder? What is that? And I'm like, that looks like, oh, right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. He just landed in a bowl of cereal.
I am pleased to know that cereal exists in the future,
Yeah.
because, I actually enjoy cereal, not as breakfast. I enjoy cereal not for breakfast.
Mm. Yeah. It makes me happy. I'm glad Fruit Loops or some something similar exists, I guess, in the future. That's good to know.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we have okay. One of the running jokes. I know I'm jumping too far ahead. Okay. I'm going through my notes here. Sorry. The next note I have is what I'm sure is a lot of people's favorite line from this episode, where Lura Thok and Captain Ake are in her office, and she says, "They shenaned once, they will shenan again." Who's writing this? I love it. I'll tell you who's writing it. Alex Taub and Kylie Rossiter. Well done.
Mhm.
And then this is also where we learn that that the head of the war college, Kelrek, has a tea fetish. And Captain Ake's line, "Tea fetish? Out of all the fetishes available?"
Just fetish? Does he understand the word fetish?
Well, I don't. He's not the one that says fetish. It's Laura Thok that says the word fetish. And I
Does
think she
she?
understands. I think she understands the word fetish
So what is
in
he
the
doing with that
colloquial sense.
tea?
In the colloquial sense.
Okay, because otherwise he's doing some nasty things to that tea.
Hey, no judgment. No judgment.
Yeah, true. To each their own. As long as it's not hurting the tea.
Anyway,
Sorry, went off the rails.
so the cadets obviously want to get back at the War College, but Captain Ake seemingly is trying to dissuade them from that and steer them in a different direction. And steering in a direction is something that we'll come to fully appreciate by the end of the episode. But this is where we're introduced to the namesake of this episode, the Vitus Reflux, this mimic fungus, I guess, that is adorable and mimics you.
Mm-hmm.
What
And
are you?
it likes to be quiet.
Yes, yes, it needs quiet and peace and calm. So we also, this is a part I liked here, where we find out that in the 28th century, cadets transported the first year class to the roof of Alcatraz as a prank. Um, and the reason I like it is I've been noticing that, when we go forward to Discovery and in this show, all the historical stuff, all the references are to stuff we know, right, from the 23rd and 24th centuries. And like a lot of other stuff happened in there. I want to hear about that. I want, so even though it's just a reference to a prank from an academy class, and we find out who perpetrated that prank later,
Mm.
it's still, just a little peek into one of those centuries we haven't heard about before.
Yeah, and it's nice to know that Alcatraz is still around. It should be, a landmark. I mean, it's a landmark in our time, but it should be, preserved
Mm-hmm.
as a warning.
Yeah. Well, there's that line in Voyager that you could see Voyager from Alcatraz or something like that, where they ended up parking it after it came home or something. But it's still around.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's good. Guys, if you ever have the chance to go to Alcatraz, please do it. It is creepy as hell. And also, it will fill you with sadness. But that's one of those things that it's important to know your history. And
Mhm.
when you can experience it in person, that's even better.
Yeah. Um, Ricky has a good point here I hadn't thought of. Ake asked Kelrick to imagine being in the Academy cadet's shoes. Says a lady who loves to eschew shoes. Also, eschew shoes is a great little bit of a phrase
Alliteration.
there. Yeah.
Yep. Issue shoes.
Eschew shoes. Awesome. Okay, before we get to this meeting between Kelrick and Ake, though, which I love, we get introduced to Calica, which is another sport, I guess, or competition at the Academy. Basically, capture the flag or paintball, but with phasers and drones and stuff. This looks like a lot of fun, and I love that that both Thok and Reno coach the Calica team. Reno being, of course, as she says, a kind of a nerd jock hybrid. So
Mhm.
yeah. And the fact that they're working together on this is interesting, given what we learn in this episode, which is great.
Blew my mind.
Now, I want to play Calica. That looks like fun. I don't know that I'd be very good at it. I'm not the most athletic, but it looks like fun. Um, and again, in the category of just the delivery of lines in this episode, Laura Thok screaming at the top of her lungs with her arms, release the drones! I love her. I love her.
Oh, she always does something at full tilt. It's always like she's never quiet in anything that she does, and I am here for it.
Absolutely. Um, Oh, Sam can be shot through. So several of her teammates are transported away because she gets shot through because, of course, being a hologram, she's porous. Wait, sorry, not porous, permeable. Get your P's straight.
Mhm. Yeah, it's funny how Durham keeps, mixing up the words like that, because it wasn't the first time that he'd
Hmm.
said the wrong word.
Oh yeah.
Eh,
Okay.
Genesis corrected him both times.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what was it? I can't remember. Oh, appendici, I think he said. Right?
Mhm,
Yeah.
and she's like, "It's appendices."
I like that. Little character quirks, I think. That's kind of a fun through line. That's enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm totally on Genesis' side in this, because I hate it when people use the wrong word. You Okay, I read a lot of advanced copies of books for authors, and I
Mhm.
cannot tell you how many times they use the wrong form of a word. They're synonyms they're not synonyms, they're homophones. They sound
Mhm.
the same, but they mean different, and one of the biggest ones is diffuse and defuse,
Mhm.
and people will use diffuse when they mean defuse, and I'm like, "Unless you're planning on spreading something into the air, you mean defuse, okay?"
Yep.
It just happens all the time because homophones can be very tricky.
Absolutely. This isn't exactly the same thing because they're not homophones. They're just the person using the wrong form of the word. But
Mhm.
like, why is there and it's surprising this comes up so much. Why do people mess up breathe and breath online all the time?
All the time!
You wouldn't even think it would come up that often, but I see it
Yeah,
so often. It's like, take a breathe. I'm like, no, 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 no.
yeah. "I
Ah,
can't breath! I
just
can't
breath.
breath!"
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh my god,
Anyway.
words mean things, people!
So the Academy um mascot, that's the word I'm looking for. The Academy mascot is the Lapling. Do you remember where we've seen the Lapling before?
I do not.
Okay. So there was one in Kivas Fajo's collection
Ah!
in the most toys, and
Right,
he made
okay.
that little noise like when he's like, yeah, that's the
It's been
Lapling.
a long time since I've seen that episode.
Yeah, and then I think that puppet's been used a few other times for other things, but that's where the word Lapling comes from, is that little guy.
Hmm,
Yeah.
fair enough, fair enough.
I love the costume, and I love that, the people were chosen for the team. If you're here, it's because your score was a bit better than everyone else's, or your score was terrible, but you fit the Lapling costume as Occam comes up.
I love that guy. He's just he's extremely enthusiastic
Yep.
about everything. He was so just like normal when his dad was there, right? He
Yeah.
was being, the first son sort of thing. And now that he's out of parental supervision, we're seeing the real guy and he's hilarious.
I love it. I think that's great. And I love that Jet Reno refers to the Lapling as mean like a koala, cute like a targ.
Koalas are mean.
Mhm.
They are very mean.
And targs are cute.
Also, koalas full of chlamydia. I just
Yes. Yep.
just yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I've heard some stories of bad things that have happened. Anyway,
Mm, yeah.
moving on from that. Okay, let's talk also about that scene where Caleb has Jaden waylay the
Oh
war
my god.
college folks while he goes and talks to Tarima. So the talk with Tarima, of course, that's interesting. We get some character development on both of them and learn a little bit more about what's going on with Tarima. But can we focus on Jaden and the three other people? Because first of all, that scene was hilarious as he's trying to tell this Klingon joke that he recently heard. But also the blonde guy in the group, Kyle. is so into Jaden.
So into Jaden. We saw a little bit of that in the previous episode, but this is just
Yeah.
like full on. He's just like,
Hey.
hey.
I want to hear another joke. And
He's
the other two just look at
adorable.
him like,
He's like without guile, this
yeah,
guy. He's sincere about everything. What is he doing in the war college?
I don't know, but I love it.
He's so good. Yeah, I love him. I'm just like, oh yes, yes, these two want to see that. Yes, yes, thank you.
Oh, there we
And
go.
and
Getting a
and
full heated rivalry heat off them.
guys, if you haven't seen Heated Rivalry and you have any if you enjoy hockey stuff, which I do, and romance between two guys, and just that you should watch that. It's on HBO. I love it so much.
Uh, oh man, his delivery, nothing about me is funny.
Well, and the way that Jaden is speaking is just like it's like a 10-year-old kid going, and then he's like trying to get the words out without this.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, the awkwardness. It just oh wow. So such a crazy.
His delivery of talking about Darum's whooping posse of dudes was really good as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
so yeah, I don't have too much more to say about that. To be continued, I guess, with Tarima and Caleb. It's kind of a whole mess that's gonna work itself out one way or the other.
Yeah, I will say she's really good at basketball.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that has to be something that the actor is good at because apparently that is not CG. She was throwing that
Mm-hmm.
ball for real.
Yeah.
So, lady got moves. Lady got moves.
Oh, and Dave, that's a great point, listing off the blood meals. Rokeg blood pie, heart of Targ with blood sauce. Great stuff.
Oh,
I love all of these actors. They're wonderful.
they are so good.
Um, so we do get the final decision of who's, well, not final, but we get the decision of who's going to be captain of the Calica team, thanks to this shootout between Darum and Genesis, which was like I loved how they were just neck and neck tied the whole time against all odds, and even the like digital dean of students voice by Stephen Colbert just kind of kept sounding more and more surprised.
Mhm.
Tie. Tie.
Yeah, and then he pulls a dirty trick. Not
Yeah.
cool. Not cool. He gets personal. That has no place in
Hmm.
the game. And that's how he wins. And
Yeah.
he's celebrating that.
Yeah. And I love how people like that will think of things that excuse that behavior, where he's like, I'll do anything to win. I told you that to start with. So, like, that's not on
Mm,
me. That's no,
no.
buddy. Come on.
No. And she, bites back with, I didn't, you didn't have to go personal. I didn't expect it to come
Yeah.
at me from that. And he actually, you see something in his face where he's just like,
Mm.
uh, it's not even that big. It's
Hmm.
just, and which is, just really good on the actor who is playing Darren because he's really good at being a jerk, but at the same time, he's not a complete jerk because he learns
Hmm.
the hard way,
Yeah.
unfortunately for him.
Yeah. Um, can I just also say I'm blown away by how much Stephen Colbert is actually in these episodes as the
So
digital demon
much.
students.
It's all that every episode. He's in every episode.
Yeah, and quite a
good for
bit.
him.
Like, I was expecting, like, oh, there'll be like an announcement at the top of the show and like maybe 1 or 2 through, but no, like they're using him frequently. He did a lot of voice work for these episodes. I
Mhm.
love it. That's great.
Me too. Stephen Colbert is one of my favorite people of all time. So
No. So we have the celebration of Darren, and being lifted up on the captain's chair by his whooping posse of dudes. But this is when we get the edited ad of the Academy using footage from their Calica match, making them look really bad. And the War College, of course, has put that out. And this is where Kellrick's hand is in it, because there's no way they could have gotten that footage without an instructor's permission or codes. So that's what leads to Captain Ake going and visiting him in his office, or I don't know, den, where he has, when they go inside, he says, "Resume leisure protocol." Stick is so far up his butt.
oh gosh, yeah, it's he needs his own reckoning.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is, of course, where we see his absolute obsession about tea. Resume leisure protocol also reminded me of 7 of 9. Fun may now commence.
Yes. Yeah. Nobody should be that obsessed over tea. I mean, the way you stir, the fact that she just ignores all of his directions is so great, because even if she weren't there to give him what for,
No.
why would she do any of that crap? It makes no difference.
Yeah, what was it? You have to put the spoon in at a 90-degree angle with the end perpendicular to yourself and move it back and forth from 12 to 6 or whatever.
And you had to do
Approximately,
it
or exactly 8 times or 12 times or whatever it
something
is.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is wrong with you? If you want to drink your tea that way, that's fine, but you don't expect other people to follow.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
It is hilarious, especially when she just starts doing her own thing and his voice gets more and more faint as he's just looking in horror at what she's doing.
Well, it will result in a weak cup.
The dramatic pause before he says weak cup.
Yes. Oh. So my big takeaway from this scene is surrounding the idea of empathy. And this is something that Ake is trying to instill in her cadets. It's something upon which Starfleet has been based and historically. And in this scene, Kellrick refers to it as that E word. And I can't help but think of, current events and that kind of thing. And I think Elon Musk has said something similar, that like empathy is the worst thing to happen to Western civilization or something like that. Like, it was some phrase like that was just like a total WTF thing that so many people subscribe to and believe in, and I think is like a core tenet of like the manosphere and like BS like that, right? So I think it's interesting that they're kind of directly, maybe not calling that out here, but like putting their stake in the ground that like, no, this is important. This is something that we're going to value and appreciate and not denigrate. So I really like that. I like that was directly talked about in this episode.
Agree, because empathy is not the same thing as sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
And people sometimes think that they're the same thing. They're not. Because empathy is actually putting yourself in that person's place
Mm-hmm.
and discovering how that would feel. It's actually trying to understand somebody else in a way that can't be done any other way. Just actually really immersing yourself in what if I were in this situation? How would I feel? And the thing is about me, my empathy is at 11 all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
so like, this is why I don't watch news at all ever. I just can't deal with it. It crushes me. It crushes me. And especially in this day and age, there are just so many things that I have to block out because I won't be able to make it through the day intact if I don't.
Yeah.
So it's so be glad if your empathy is just on a normal level, because when it's turned up to 11, it is not always fun.
Yep. I often joke that I put the pathetic in empathetic. It's a thing. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's as Nathan here says, it's incredibly valuable to society. A society,
Yes,
a group of people that doesn't have empathy is doomed, I think.
absolutely.
So the fact that Kelrick refers to it as that E word is actually pretty alarming to me. Um,
It's offensive.
yeah.
It's offensive, especially the way he says it. It's
Mhm.
just offensive. And, Nala's just like, "Mm, mm, mm, mm.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop here and talk about this."
Absolutely. Well, from here, we've got in response to the edited video, the Academy cadets, Durham challenges the War College to this kind of underground after hours Calica match in the atrium, which I loved. I love that they've got like this holographic field around them that like is telling, oh, it's closed for cleaning, no one can come in. And they're like, oh darn, but you go through it and it's just like totally set up for a Calica match. That was clever. I like that.
It is, but at the same time, it's like, how would people just believe that the entire atrium is closed for cleaning? The dots can do their job pretty well with other people around. It's just but everybody just accepts it and goes, "Oh, alright, I'll come back later."
Never underestimate the ability of people to just have a fiction
Yeah.
perpetrated to them, I guess.
Yeah. They just don't think about it logically. They're just like, "Oh, okay. I'll just come back another time."
Nah, I like that. It was a good way to make use of that set and have it be somewhat believable, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but that was fun. We've got Darum and his ridiculous strategy of, everybody stay back and protect. I'll be the one man offensive and go, and like immediately is shot. Um,
It's not a
his leadership
strategy.
style seems to be mostly him yelling, "What is wrong with you?" to everybody.
Yep. Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
And
Uh,
then, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. I had a thought, but I'm gonna save it for later because we're not to that point yet.
Okay. Um, the one match where I think it's after he's kicked out because he hits the cadet. Um, from the sidelines, his brilliant strategy to his team is, "Come on, come on, come on." That's what he tells
Mm,
them.
yeah.
That's those are his instructions.
Yeah.
It's
It's not
embarrassing.
it's yeah, it is embarrassing for him because he's in this mindset that he's the best, and therefore, anything that he does is perfect, and then he is shown that, "No, no, no. No, you have to actually do something. You actually have to have a strategy here. This is a game. This
Mhm.
isn't something that you can just, uh, bulldoze your way through. You have people who are going to be shooting back at you, sir, and you need to have a strategy."
Yeah. Well, thanks to Genesis Live, she actually comes up with a strategy and some great ideas. She creates a smoke screen by destroying the replicators. I wonder how many demerits that's going to be. Um And then she has Sam pretend to be the mascot and get shot at, basically drawing everyone's fire, because she's permeable bitches, as she says. um, they all just shoot through her, and then from up above, Caleb can pick out their positions and take them out, and then they manage to score. So it's 3-1. So it's not a shutout. That's good, basically. But then the game is ended at that point by Thok and Reno showing up. Why is it always on my watch, as Reno says?
She always gets the trouble, kids.
Yeah.
And it's at this point where Durham realizes, oh, I'm not the big guy. I couldn't leave my team. And he has a very humbling moment. And it's interesting because he's so gung-ho, and then all of a sudden he gets smacked in the face with the fact that his team won without him. That he was the burden, not the leader.
Yeah.
And just the ability to actually absorb that and process it, good on him. Because he could have just, gone on as he was, assuming that he was always the best and that no matter what he did, everybody else should bow down to him, etc. And then when we find out later why, it's just, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
That Vulcan cadet also, just the perfect biting, they found a strategy that works. Replacing you. Oh, damn. Yeah. Maximum damage there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally leveled him.
No. So we get the meeting in Ake's quarters. No more after hours shenaniganizing. I love her like kind of mini tantrum at them. Just pounding the table and telling 30 hours of menial labor for this, and Caleb starts quoting the regulations that say that she can't do that, so she said 35. They're like, oh, crap. Okay, we're gonna shut up now. Also, her warp core pajamas, they're going to be selling those at StarTrek.com as soon as possible, I'm sure.
I'm begging you, please do that. I want that.
Are those little accordions on your pajamas? They're mini warp cores.
Well, at least somebody knows what accordions still are.
Yeah. Oh, it seems the warp core pajamas are well loved in the comments as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I want them too. I would wear that matched set, definitely.
They're great. I love it. And then so the scene, one of my favorite scenes in the episode, with an episode full of favorite scenes, Daram Raimi and Jet Reno talking, when he's trying to find out if there's something wrong with his pad. It doesn't seem to be accepting incoming messages, when in fact it's just he has sent his parents countless messages and they have not sent anything back. This whole scene was incredible. It's also where we learn, of course, that Jet Reno and Laura Thok are together. And yeah, I was giving the same look that Raimi was giving, like
people like them always find people like her. When you think about it, I mean, like, think of Colbert and Stamets. It's the same things. Like, you got the one steady person and the one completely unhinged person, and they just balance each other out. And the fact that she just calls Thok kitten to her face, and Thok does not freak out about it at all. Also, why are there still turduckens? That is gross. Why would you eat that? Ew.
I've never tried it. I've tried all three of those things. I've not tried them together. A chicken
and a duck and a turkey. What is wrong with you? That's wrong.
I don't know. I like all those things. I'm sure it
All at the same time, though, I don't know. I don't think that from from what Davis told me, he knows people who have tried it, and they did not like it. They said it was gross.
fair.
So, maybe just do one of those things.
I think it's honestly because it's a funny word. That would be my
It is
guess.
funny. When I first heard it, I'm like, "What now?" And then people were, like, slowly explaining to me, "It's a turkey that has a duck in it, that has a chicken in it." And I'm like, "Why?" That is my first thought on that. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because with so many things in human history, because we could. I guess. I don't know. Um, I love the whole, people are simple, either they show up for you or you don't, like, or they don't, excuse me. Um, and then my favorite bit from Reno here, um, I left a starship on the edge of creation to be with her, speaking about Thok. That's what you call showing up for someone. Has someone ever done that for you? I don't know. Maybe someone who was furious with you, or maybe someone you repeatedly underestimated, who was also your classmate named Genesis. Got it. I got it. And then I
Yeah,
didn't know. I mean, you went far away. I was worried about you. I love that. That was great.
yeah. Well, and the thing is that that is actually Genesis's character's baseline. She shows up for
Mhm.
Sam on day 1. She picks
Yeah.
Sam as her friend, and that's that. And every time somebody is in need, she is showing up.
Mhm.
That makes a good leader.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the underground Calica game, like, she was
Mhm.
pissed at Darum and was like, "I'm not, whatever." And then she shows up
Yep.
because she's like, "You need me."
Yeah, that's the thing. She shows up, and yeah, who isn't showing up for Darum? His parents. I don't know. I don't understand people who will put these expectations on their child and then get angry when those expectations are not met. You
Mhm.
realize that this is a whole other person from you. You may have given birth to this person, but you are not that person.
Yeah.
And just and the story about how they walked out of one of his performances because he
Yeah.
missed one note. Just those aren't parents, those are tyrants.
Yeah. Tyrants and, like, two-person trauma factory. Like,
Yeah,
good lord. Like,
yeah,
you
don't
created this kid, but you also created the circumstances for him to have problems through his entire life because of that.
yeah, just,
Ugh.
he needs to stop sending messages to them.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there because he sends a final message, or what I hope will be a final message maybe at the end of the episode, which I loved. It's so good. But
Mhm.
um so yeah, we get that story. We get this rapprochement between him and Genesis, and the acknowledgement that she is a better leader in this instance, and that he is going to follow her. And this is where they realize that Ake was giving them secret information this whole time to get back at the war college. And I love, like, every little bit they uncover, they're like, oh god, she was even saying, like, show some growth and like all this stuff. I love it. Um, so they do this whole plan to smuggle the Vitus Reflux into the dorms of the war college. Sam's gonna get in and out and administer the plant food and all that stuff. And Caleb is taking down the security system by dressing in the Mugatu costume and getting in there. But Tarima, of course, being an empath, sees right through it and knows exactly who he is and what's going on. Um, I loved all of this. This was so much fun.
It was fun, and when the actual prank goes off and you see people getting splatted against windows. screaming and running. Oh, they had it coming.
Yeah. Absolutely. Can we talk about cloning Kelrick's eyeball though?
Just wow. And Darren was instrumental in that because how would Kelrick have any idea what Darren's customs are?
That was great. I almost forgot about that part.
It's like, no, no, please, sir, this is my culture. You have to let me do this. So great.
That was brilliant. Oh man. That was really funny. So yeah, they pull that off. Again, we see Kyle. So everybody's running and screaming, and he is digging this. He's like looking at the plant or at the fungus, like, wow, cool. I
Yeah,
want to know more about this guy. Like,
same. Same. I really like him. And it was Jaden who created the eyeball.
yep.
And it's like, "Oh, I have his genetic code. I can create any body part now." Just did they have to have the dangly bit? I mean, just yeah,
Buh. Yeah. I
dangly
guess
eye.
maybe it would
Ugh.
be too slippery if you're just trying to hold it like
You know, that's fair, and you wouldn't wanna squish it because eyes are very soft. So
ugh.
I recant. I understand now why they had the dangly bit.
Yeah. Nah. So it all comes together. Of course, the Vitus Reflux is a protected species, so it's illegal to disrupt it at any point in its growth cycle or whatever. And they have to, uh, be calm around it and keep it happy. Oh, and the auditors are here, so that's going to be a fun inspection as well. Might want to go clean up your dorms. Oh boy. And even Lura Thok being totally caught flat-footed by what Ake was doing, and the fact that she didn't trust her to do this. And I loved all that scene. I'm going to meditate on trust. What do you usually meditate on? Decapitation.
And the way she says it, decapitation.
Yes. So we've talked a lot about like the funny bits in the episode and the funny lines. There's some great lines in this episode as well that just like sing to my heart as a Trekkie and as someone who believes in empathy and things like that. Um, where Caleb is talking to Ake at the end and, figuring out all the things that she's done to kind of steer them in this direction. Ake says, "The War College teaches its cadets to fight battles. I'm teaching you to end wars, to learn the patience to formulate a true strategy and the empathy to understand your opponent so you can disarm them. That's what Starfleet needs to be again, and leading through fear alone makes that impossible." Brilliant. That is like the core tenet of Star Trek distilled into its essence there. I love it.
Yeah, leading through fear never goes well, ever.
Mhm.
It's never a good idea. And unfortunately, we see far too much of it in our world today.
Yeah, definitely. And then so the other line that I wanted to talk about was again, Darum at the end is sending another message to his parents. And I don't necessarily think he's at the place yet where he can completely let them go and stuff. And I think like putting myself in his shoes, this feels like a bit of a gotcha to them. And the hope would be that they would read this message and or hear this message and realize the error of their ways, and it's not going to happen. But the one line that got me, and that like if I were someone who was treating him as badly as they were, I feel like I would have the empathy to read this and go, oh holy crap. They won't, I don't think. But
Mm-mm.
Darum says, "One can lead and be led by empathy, patience, and not just for others but for oneself as well. I never knew such a thing was possible. Perhaps this is what friendship and family are meant to be." And like like to someone with empathy and like who can see things, like that's a knife to the like, oh, this is what
Mhm.
family could be. This is what you aren't. They're not going to take it that way. They're who knows if they're even reading these messages, but um based on what we know of them, I don't think they're particularly receptive to any of that. But man, that was so good. That was so well written.
So good. Uh, I feel bad about Darum's upbringing.
Yeah.
I just obviously he has been put through some things that have just made him not just put up this front, basically, this cocky front. And yes, he is very good at the things that he does, but he he doesn't have to be perfect. And he's realizing that. And
Mm-hmm.
I love this turn for him. I was hoping that there would be a turn for him at some point. I didn't expect it this early in the series, and I'm grateful for it because he has become one of my favorite characters. Let's be fair, they're all my favorite characters. I
They're
can't
great.
just.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that, like, thinking back to Picard season 3, like I know a few people that only watched the first couple episodes because they're like, I don't like this, I don't like these characters, this Shaw guy's just a jerk and blah blah blah. And like so many people don't, I don't know, give these like it's about growth. Like this isn't the days of the episodic series where like every episode is a contained story. Like, yeah, there's stories going on in each episode, but there's growth happening throughout. And these characters are, it's a school. Like, where do you grow more than at a school? Like, come on. Um, I don't know. I'm really digging this. I'm enjoying the journey these characters are on, and I cannot wait to see the other cadets get a focus as well. Because the first couple episodes it was Ake and Caleb for the most part. In this episode now we're getting Raimi, and to a somewhat lesser extent Genesis. They seem to kind of be the focus of this episode. Going forward, like Jaden, let's see some stuff for him. I want to see Sam, like let's get their episode. And there's only 10 per season, so good lord, but like it's going to be good. It's going to be fun, I think.
Agree. There's one thing that I want to touch on because we didn't really talk about it. When Tarima catches Caleb as he's trying to escape,
Yes.
basically. And she's like, "No, I can sense you." And then she starts talking to him, and you can see her implant turn red.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, something is wrong here. I don't understand this yet, but something is wrong there. I feel like she shouldn't have that implant. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, and I feel like she's being like her true power is being neutered in a way,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense. It
Absolutely.
feels wrong, and it feels like it's causing her pain, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is a bit of a thread with her throughout this because yeah, she says she chose the war college to learn the discipline to be in control of herself. She feels like she needs to be under control, and I'm sure she's been told that her whole life and all of this stuff. Caleb comes back with control is overrated, like obviously setting things up for kind of things to come. And then at the end of the episode, in that scene with Caleb and Ake, he says, what do you say to someone who, um, you know, believes these things and has to be in control and all of this stuff. I can't remember the exact wording, but I'm literally asking for a friend. um, and it's the fundamental difference between Starfleet Academy and the War College and the way of viewing yourself, that like, discipline and keeping it all bottled up and showing a I don't know, a frosty front or something, versus empathy, love for yourself, love for others, and all of that kind of thing. Like I feel like these are the two fundamental opposing forces. And that's going to come into play with Terima and Caleb and the Academy and the War College as well. What that finally looks like, I don't know, but like they're setting something up there for sure.
Yeah, it just worries me because it feels to me like there could have been, you know, training for her when she was still on Beta Z, for how to deal with this. Honestly, has this never happened ever before in all
Mhm.
of the Beta Z history? Is she the first person to be this way? I find that highly unlikely. And
Yeah,
so I feel like it's actually kind of reflection on things we do today. It's like, "Oh, let's just put this implant in and, you
yeah,
just not actually deal with the problem, but suppress it." Well, you suppress something long enough, it becomes a powder keg, and it only
yeah,
takes one little spark to make that explode,
yeah.
and I worry about her.
Yeah. Well, it does remind me, and several others have mentioned this as well, the character of Tam Elbrin. I think we talked
Mhm,
about last episode too,
yeah.
um, which we didn't learn a lot about. I think if I'm remembering correctly, it's been a long time since I've seen Tin Man, but it was most Betazoids develop their empathy and telepathy at puberty, and a few get them as soon as they're born and end up having lifelong problems with controlling it and shutting out the voices and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know if this is the same issue there, or if it's something different, or if it's just typical Betazoid stuff but dialed up to 100, or like what exactly it is. But yeah, there's precedent for issues with Betazoid telepathy, whether it's the same one or something different, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
we'll
just
learn more for yeah.
I just don't like it. I don't like the implant. I don't like what she the way she's been conditioned to think of herself,
Mhm.
as a threat if she doesn't have this implant. I just don't like it, and I want her to be okay.
Yeah. Well, my very last thought is, I really want one of those team jackets.
Hell yes! They'll
Those are
probably I bet they make them and put them on StarTrek.com
oh, yeah.
shop, and I bet they're like $150 or
Oh,
more.
yeah. Plus
But they're
$75 shipping to Canada, you know.
that's so
Anyway.
pretty. They're so pretty. Well,
Very
see,
pretty.
this is why you let me get it for you and then ship it to you because it will cost less.
Fair,
They're
fair.
overcharging you on the shipping, but if I do it, it'll be a lot easier.
That's fair. That's fair. Um, I guess one tiny final thing is I'm loving the running joke about Specialist Krebs and his fur fly over the thing. It's reminding me of like running jokes in Deep Space Nine, like Ensign Vilix Pran and he's budding, he's having children, and Jake's babysitting for them, pulling their little wings apart. Like, just we never get to see this stuff, but apparently, Specialist Krebs Talaxian Furfly is attempting to mate with a beaker at the start of this episode. So please get it under control.
Yep. It's not gonna have a lot of success trying to mate with a beaker, but
It depends what he's looking to get out of that mating, I guess.
I guess. I mean, is there anything in the beaker? That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, um, final thoughts and a rating for Vitus Reflux. And that, of course, as always, goes for the folks in the comments as well, if you want to share your ratings.
Yeah. I love this episode. It's it demonstrates that pranking is never going to die, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of pranks. I never have been, never will be. But the War College threw down and the Academy responded, and I appreciated that. But I think it taught them that just doing this back and forth is a fruitless venture. It's never going to ever be done if they don't just stop doing it. So, and now they have stopped doing that because Nala's like, no more of this, no more of
Mhm.
this. Um, Everybody had great moments. Every single one of our kids had great moments. I still worry about Terima. I don't like the way that the War College is run. I feel like it has had its time. It's been 120 years now since the burn, so let it go. You
Mhm.
know? You're not it's like these guys are even more hardcore than Makos. It's just I don't like it. I don't like the War College. I think it's a relic.
Mhm.
It's in this time, but that's just me. Um, I just this episode brings me joy, and we get to see so many great things. We have so many great lines. We have just I mean, Stock and Reno, what? I love this. It's just it leaves you with warm fuzzies in your heart. Um, and I will give it, um, gosh, I'll give it one very odd looking, but kind of cool sort of see-through basketball that looks like a ball of
Mhm.
twine.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode. I think it was a step up from the previous week's episode for sure, or I guess the second of last week's episodes for sure. Um, yeah, I that was a good point. Everybody had really good moments. Every character had a little point to shine. I also want to say, people were talking about Sam getting a team jacket at the end and her being a hologram. Why did she get a physical jacket? Doesn't make a lot of sense. How do we know that jacket isn't holographic? They would be able to adapt different things for here you go, here's a new holographic skin for you. Oh, cool. And now it's part of her program. I don't know. I don't know. My brain can there's holographic projectors everywhere, obviously. So anyway,
Mhm.
that was just a little something I noticed. I was like, how do we know it wasn't holographic? Huh.
Yeah. Mm.
um, but yeah, there's so many things in this episode. Like every line delivery was so good. Um, as always, Holly Hunter just stole the every scene she was in, which is saying something because everybody is very good in this episode. Um, Laura Thok is still, even with Jet Reno there, still my favorite member of the faculty. And the fact that they've put those two characters together is just like chef's kiss. It's brilliant.
Mhm.
Um, absolutely love that. So I'm going to give this one beautiful pair of warp core pajamas. I can't think of a higher rating than that.
Perfection.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. And thanks, of course, to everybody who's watching later or joining in the Positively Trek podcast feed. We really do appreciate all of you. Brandi, I'm way behind on my podcasts. I just listened to your and Dave's coverage of the Discovery episode, The Sound of Thunder. That was so good. I literally finished it this morning. I'm really enjoying Shield Podulation,
Oh,
and I hope there's
thanks.
much more to come. Or I know there's
Oh,
much more to come.
oh yeah. We love doing this. We're not gonna stop.
Excellent.
Yeah, in fact, we're recording an episode later today, so,
Oh,
that'll be out
beautiful.
later today.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next week for Vox in Excelsior, I think is the title of the next episode. Until then, as always, live long and prosper and stay positive. And